Welcome everyone, my name is Josh, and this is Get Bricked. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at one of these sets for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, just a minor spoiler warning, in case you haven't seen that movie, make sure you go and check that out, then make sure you come back so you can finish the rest of this video. But today we're going to be taking a look at one of these sets. This one's set number 76176. Now, this is one of the sets I got as a Christmas gift. It looks like this one consists of a bunch of smaller builds, but let's take a look and dive right on in. And here we have the completed set for Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This is set 76176, Escape from the Ten Rings. Now this set includes 321 pieces and 4 minifigures. 5 if you count Morris, and I personally do count Morris. My only disappointment is that they didn't have Trevor Slattery. That would have been a great addition. But let's take a look at each of the components. Alright, so we'll start by taking a quick look at Morris himself. Now I like this look of Morris. It's a nice small scale to go with the Lego minifigures. I just wish we could have had Trevor Slattery to hold on to him. But other than that, it's a nice little small piece to go with the set. Next we get Razorfist. As you can see, he's got some nice detailing there on the chest, a little bit on the back of his jacket as well. And they did manage to give him a sword hand, which is pretty nice. Interesting use of the pieces there to make that kind of blend together with the gray hand there. Next up, we have Shang-Chi. rocking his signature red jacket there from the later half of the movie. And it's got a fair amount of detail in there, so we'll take a look at that when we get into the close-up later. And a bit of printing on the back as well. Just plain black legs though, not too much different there. And again, he is one of the ones that comes with a second face, so we'll take a look at that in a little bit. Now, the first mini build that comes up is this weapons rack, which pretty basic, not too much to say about it. Nice spot there for 4 different things that can be held there. And nice that they did give you a set of size as well as the like javelin and a sword. So just a standard like armory of weapons there. But next up, one of the next builds that they gave us as a mini build was this shooter here, kind of like a cannon. I believe it's supposed to be launching like some kind of like energy disc or something like that, and it actually fires pretty well. Well, if it actually fires, that is. Oh, there we go. So that's the first one. You do get an extra one of the shots in there. The other one that you get to build is this shooter here. With a different style, more looking like a crossbow, but still shooting like an energy disc. This one's a little bit simpler to fire. It's all pressure and spring loaded with the one piece in there. So you just push it down and it fires quite fast. So again, just be careful you don't lose these pieces. But this one also does come with a second shot that you can use as well. Next up, we have Wen Wu. He's holding on to one of his signature golden rings, one of the 10 rings, I assume, from the movie. And as you can see, he's got some detailing there on the chest and on the legs there for his outfit. And he's also got a bit of a print on the back as well. So it's nice that they added a little bit of extra detailing on him with the legs getting a bit of a print on there as well. And oddly enough, out of all the characters, he's the one that does not have the 2 faces built into him. He's just got the one print on there. But oddly enough, like I like it. It kind of gives him a more sinister look. So I guess if they had to go with one face for him, at least that one's not too bad. Next up, we have a pair of motorcycles. These ones did not include printed pieces, but the stickers were initially left off. But I felt like with these ones, where else are you going to apply those stickers, and what else are you going to do with these bodies? So I figured, why not put the stickers on? And then it kind of led to putting the stickers on all of them, of course. But these bikes are not too bad. I like the style that they gave them, and they gave them a little bit extra to do with like the tail and add a little bit of detailing there. Other than that, very very similar basic builds. Nothing too significant here. Next up, we have Katie wearing her red outfit from towards the end of the movie and holding on to this crossbow here. Funny enough, in the movie, she actually had a bow and arrow, not a crossbow. And this outfit and also the outfit for Shang-Chi, both of them are from the later part of the movie, whereas this is a little bit before that. So interesting that they went with that kind of choice for the outfit, but I guess if you're going to only have the one minifigure for her, you might as well let her rock her signature outfit from the end of the movie. But not too bad with the detailing there. We have a print on the chest and on the legs, and a print on the back as well. So that rounds out the minifigures for this set. And finally, we get to the biggest build for this set. This is going to be Razorfist's car, or at least I believe that's what it's supposed to be. Because they did, oddly enough, go with this yellow kind of color. They did add the stickers that you can apply to give it a bit of damage and like wear and tear from the escape. But it's just unfortunate that they couldn't get the same color of the vehicle, at least from the movie. Or if they could like get like a print for the side or something like that that you could apply on there. But that might have been like just a licensing issue or something like that. If anyone knows, definitely leave a comment down below. But interesting choice to go with the yellow, maybe just to make it stand out and like pop a little bit more off the page. But definitely an interesting choice with that one. But now that we've seen them all, let's take a closer look and get into some of the details. So to kick things off, we have the mythical creature known as Morris. Now, Morris is a four-winged, six-legged, no-face creature. But he is a little bit sensitive about that, so don't bring it up. Now, we first meet Morris locked up in the Ten Rings facility. He's actually locked up with Trevor Slattery, who, if you remember, is from Iron Man 3. He did play the Mandarin, basically the leader of the Ten Rings, so of course they locked him up for his role in that. But It's just unfortunate they did not include him as one of the accompanying minifigures to go along with Morris. I can understand why they didn't use him, but it's just a shame because he is my favorite character from that movie. Now, taking a look at the minifigures, we have Razorfist himself with a nice print there on the chest, on the front, and the back of his jacket or vest there. And interesting how they decided to do his razor fist. They basically just made it so that it's a gray hand holding onto the piece there for the sword. A little disappointing for that. I wish it would have been not just like the normal hand piece holding onto it, just something to make it a little bit different. But at least they went with the same color, so it kind of blends in, makes it still kind of work for the figure itself. And taking a look here, he does have the uh, two prints on the face there, as we mentioned earlier. One that looks a little bit more like he's ready for a fight. One where he's like, just a little bit cocky, like he is in the movie. Next, we have Shang-Chi rocking his red jacket from the end of the movie. Interesting that they decided to put him in this kind of outfit for this set, because seeing as how this kind of takes place before that. But the jacket does have a fair amount of detailing, both on the front and the back, but just basic black legs for him, just like with Razorfist. Now, he does have the two faces for the print, as I mentioned earlier, and one of them is where he's like, he's just kind of getting a little annoyed, like he's ready for a fight almost. And then he has the more aggressive one where he's ready to start that fight. So the first build that we had, just a small build here with basically just a rack for some weapons to hang up. Nice that they included the two sais as well as, I guess, a spear or javelin, I guess, and a sword. But not much beyond that. It's just a very simple build. Next up, we have the first of the two shooters or mounted weapons that come in this set. This one shooting 2x2 flat tile pieces. It is able to shoot them quite a significant distance, so that's really nice. And they did include an extra shot for you, so at least you have another chance to shoot. The second of the two shooters, this one more designed to kind of resemble like a crossbow or mounted crossbow. This one shooting the longer, clear, translucent bolt pieces that we've seen in other sets many times. These ones are a little bit easier to fire since they are more spring loaded with that specialized piece in there. But both of them do fire rather nicely. Now, both of them do use the blue clear translucent pieces, a couple of 2x1s and a couple of 1x1s that are the round pieces. But at least they managed to give this a swivel, being that it's a mounted gun and all. And each of these swivels pretty nicely, and they're pretty easy to move around as needed. Next up, we have the Master of the Ten Rings, Wenwu, of course, holding on to one of his golden rings, one of the 10 rings. With him, they did have a nice print job for both the front and the back of the torso, as well as the print extending onto the front of the legs as well. Now, oddly enough, other than Morris, he's the only other character that does not have a second face, whereas Morris has no faces. But this one, at least they made it look intimidating, so he at least has a decent, game face for when you play around with him in this set. After the Master, we have two motorcycles, just a pair of them. Each has the Ten Rings logo on the side of it with that sticker. As I said before, I'm not usually one that applies stickers, but in this case, I kind of felt it was necessary, and unfortunately, that led to me applying the rest of the stickers as well, because why not? But these ones, nice with the pink on the print there, and then the kind of like teal color there, just to kind of make them a little bit different. But a nice simple build for each of those bikes. Nothing too complicated there. But a nice way that they kind of just ended up adding the detail there onto the back of the bike, adding that light on there. Now that brings us to the last of the minifigures, Katie wearing her red outfit from towards the end of the movie. Again, interesting that they chose to go with that one, seeing as how it's not even at this scene in the movie. But in this case, it's not too bad. It is a decent print that they included, and with her, you do get a print on the front and the back of the torso, as well as on the front of the legs. And she does have a second face as well. One where she's, kind of a little more upset. One where she's like more relaxed and probably cracking a joke like she does in the movie. And in this case, they did include her crossbow, like I mentioned, but it should actually be just a standard bow. But I guess they wanted to at least give her something that she could hold on to that would look decent for the package. So not a bad representation for Katie, seeing as how it looks like we're only going to get the one of her anyways. And finally, we have the biggest build from this set, and I believe this is supposed to be Razorfist's car. Now, if anyone knows why they couldn't get the licensing for the maybe the at least the Razor Fist on the side of the car, um, they got the licensing for Shang-Chi to do the set, but they couldn't get the licensing for that, which is a little bit odd. So if anyone knows any details about that, leave it in the comments down below. But taking a look at the car itself, the yellow does at least stand out, so it makes it pop a little bit more off the page. And the stickers that they do have, while they do add detailing and make it look like it's taken a bit more damage, the one problem I've noticed is the stickers and the pieces themselves, they're just like a slightly off color of yellow from each other, so the stickers pop out a little bit more than you probably want them to. It's understandable with a color like yellow because it is hard to get that to match on different type of surface and different products. I'm sure they could have found a way to make it match up a little bit better. Now, a couple of good things about this one is the way that it's designed is pretty decent for just a small vehicle like this. It's only like a single seater for the front seat and like a one backup like back seat basically, but not too bad for the build that you do get though with the rest of it, because I love the way that the back of the car comes together here with the spoiler and the way that they've built it up to make it kind of like raise up at the back there. Now for the front and back of the vehicle, the bumpers that they decided to kind of go with, they do work rather nicely, and I like the clear one by two tooth pieces that they used for the front headlights, and I like that they did include the lights at the back with the license plate there as well. And overall, the vehicle build itself, I do like the design that they decided to go with. It's just a shame about the color of the vehicle having to be changed, but all in all, it's not too bad for this set. And when you bring it all together, at least the car kind of stands out a bit more, which is probably what they were going for all along. So now that we've seen the full set, let me know in the comments down below which part of this set was your favorite. Was it the shooters? Did you like the car itself? Or was it the minifigures that you were more excited for? But leave that in the comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you can stay up to date whenever we release new content. Now, after you make your next escape, just be sure to tell everyone that you just got bricked.